Just wanted to bring you a little thing. I did a broadcast early this morning, and Madden 21 and FIFA 21 have both been available online. Now, they were kind of tricky with this because you can't. I mean, it's like you can go and play, you can start a franchise, you can start some of these things, but the problem is you can't log into EA. The servers are down. They're going to leave those servers down until midnight. So if you wanted to do anything, like you wanted to manage the rosters and get an update, you're out of luck. They're down. So I think even like the shared rosters, I don't think that stuff's available either. Download community files, that stuff is not going to be available. So yeah, so basically you're just kind of screwed. But you at least get to play around and see how the game works. So it's kind of cool that you get to see with that. Like I said, no progressions, no nothing, which is fine. Let's see here. I don't want to play any. Yeah, that's a good idea. What's that? I'm always playing as the Eagles, so no reason to stop that. And I've obviously turned off the soundtrack. Yeah, it's like I just generally always go all pro. And these are just goofy games. I'm just gonna do real quick.
Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Madden NFL 21.
I mean, it's just a lot of it's the same, but like different. It's like a little bit more high res. It's a little bit more crispy.
The Las Vegas Raiders taking on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. And off we go from Las Vegas. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Philadelphia gets ready on offense behind Carson Wentz, the number 2 pick back in 2016 out of North Dakota State.
And when I think of Carson Wentz in his first 4 years in the league, I kind of look at him as bookends because his first year as a rookie, he started all 16 games. The next 2 years, beset by injuries, but last year started all 16 in the regular season again and was very productive. His first 4,000-yard campaign throwing the ball, 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. The injuries got him again in the wild card game, but when he's on the field, his team is dangerous.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. On the give to Sanders, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Going for it with Sanders, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run with Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Flush to his right. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. A good pickup there to 22. A glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
You can actually, feel, when you're running and stuff with inside the controller. It's kind of wicked. It's kind of good feeling.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
At the 5-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
2nd and goal.
Once again with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. First possession coming for the Raiders, and at quarterback their longtime starter in his 7th season, Derek Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the 5th-year running back, it's Jalen Richard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Last year's rushing leader among rookies, this is Josh Jacobs. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 good young running backs in this one. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, Miles Sanders of the Eagles. In fact, they were the 1st and 2nd running backs chosen in the 2019 draft. Jacobs in the 1st round at pick 24, and then Sanders, a 2nd-round pick of Philly, with selection number 53. And that'll be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man, it's Williams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro there to make the grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
They're on 25-yard line.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to let this go deep for Jim. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 46 yards. Now Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Raiders' 21-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's Zach Ertz on the receiving end from Carson Wentz. And the Eagles have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun now for Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Carr now on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Holding offense. Man, they got
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from quarterback Carson Wentz. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Philadelphia.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfro. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
At their own 20-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd, and that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, here's Richard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Carl try it again on 2nd down. That's complete to Richard, the running back. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's a screen to Richard. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. From midfield, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. And Nelson Aguilar with the catch there. And he, of course, he began his career with the team on the other sideline, that being the Eagles. Played with him from 2015 through last year, and that includes, of course, their Super Bowl winning season of 2017. Carr completes it, and he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr caught outright by Renfro. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Carr again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep the offense moving.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr with a touchdown pass to Henry Ruggs. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's got Jeffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
First down, Philadelphia.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Play action. Now Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended. Down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where I just didn't care that much.
So
An exhibition game, just goofing around.
I'm I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Interesting enough, it's pretty much what happens in regular Eagles games.
Time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.
I said before, just in case anybody else has joined, the servers are down. They will not be up till tomorrow. So it's like if you want to do a franchise with an updated roster, it's not going to be there. It's whatever their current roster is right now is the roster in this game. So you pretty much have to wait a day if you want to do franchise, if you want to do anything else interesting. Just wanted to give the people a heads up. So anyway, just that's why I was logging on, and that's basically for FIFA and for Madden. The servers are not going to be up until tomorrow, but they did allow us to download and start playing the game right away, which is kind of cool. So until next time, this is Dave B69. I'm out.